tuning in with us this week. I'm your host, Misty, and this is
Tamara.
And
I'm Mercedes.
And we are the ladies of the MILF Ticket podcast, where we are real talk,
real women,
real raw.
Period.
Yeah, so with that being said, guys, we're going to jump straight into the episode. This week's topic is Lead Me If You Can, okay?
Now, Misty, before you get into the episode, I just want to be clear about something. We open this discussion up to have a well-rounded conversation. We welcome the comments. We include you guys in the conversation. We don't use this platform as a male bashing tool. We're very intentional about our conversation. So we just asked, save the long...
Say the drama for your mama.
And we be getting long emails after this. When I say long emails, keep them to yourself. Like, baby, we don't care nothing about it.
What does it mean to lead in a modern relationship?
They have direction on where you see life and your family going. It means having some sort of roadmap to getting you from point A to point Z. Mm-hmm. And B, understanding that leadership can be universal. Like, it doesn't have to be one person who's taking the lead. To me, it's stepping up to the occasion when you see fit. Like, if you see that there's a need for something, if you see that there's, a gap that needs to be filled in, we're both capable adults. So as the adults in the relationship, to me, leadership is understanding what those things are.
Okay.
And then putting in effort and some sort of foot forward to try to make sure that those needs are met. That's leadership to me. Absolutely. Taking the initiative. What about you, Mercedes? What's leadership to you?
I would say both understanding that there's a common goal and both of you need to work towards that goal. So doing whatever it takes to get there. Now, whether that's, you take the lead this day. I always say, like, I am an amazing co-pilot, because where you lack, that's where I pick up, and I can always take over should something go wrong with you, or, should you can't do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would just say working together to get to the common goal, whatever that may be for your relationship, because it's different for everybody.
Okay, Misty?
You know what? From myself, leadership to me in a modern day relationship, to me, is trust, right? I feel like I need to be able to trust you with my life, and you should be able to trust me with yours in order for me to take the lead in certain areas where I have strengths and you have weaknesses or challenges, right? So I would say that's what it means to me. It means trust on both ends of the spectrum.
I got to be able to trust you to lead.
Yeah, no, because where the hell are we going?
What?
That's right. I should be able to close my eyes.
Yes.
Yep, and you can lead me, and I know we ain't going off a cliff.
No, for real, and that you actually know where we're going.
Yep.
Well, said from a man, we like to share our plan and goals. We want to also honor women's aspiring goals, which can absolutely understand and appreciate. I just don't know if that's the universal thought between people.
Okay.
Some people, I think, take the thought of leadership as an authority thing and not so much as a collaborative thing. And yeah, that gets a little flaky for me.
Yeah, I agree. But I want to pose this question.
Okay.
Can two leaders coexist in one relationship, or does someone have to follow?
Ooh, Mercedes, what do you think?
I definitely think that they can coexist, because both parties have different subject matter expertise. You know what I mean? So yeah, where you lack, like I said before, that's where I'll pick up, and vice versa. Now, some things I may be a pro at and you're not, as my man, and you come and you consult with me, but you're the leader. I'm trusting you to lead still. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, you're consulting with me. But yeah, you can absolutely coexist.
So let me ask you this. In your current role at work, where you are the boss's boss's boss, do you feel like you can collaborate with somebody to lead your department where it makes sense, where two people can genuinely make decisions, do definitive answers?
Yeah.
People trust that both people have the overall better interest of the department at heart. Outside of relationships, do you feel like you can have
absolutely I have an ops manager who is my number 2, and I trust him to lead because I'm out in the field a lot. So I have to trust his judgment, and he's been there longer than me too. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Misty, do you think two leaders can coexist in one relationship?
Yes, I feel like I want nothing more for it to be two leaders. I definitely want the main leadership to be, my husband, of course, but again, those, when we talk about areas of growth and strengths, I think that we both are going to have those within the relationship. And I think we should be able to navigate that seamlessly without someone feeling like
their toes being stepped
toes
on.
are being stepped on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, for me, I think the possibility of two leaders will always have to be on the table. I'm already like a very strong personality. I know how to be submissive and I know when to be submissive, but naturally, when it comes down to most of my interpersonal relationships, I do take the lead role. That's everything from my siblings to my children to work. Like I'm usually in leadership roles.
Me too.
Yeah.
And so to find myself in roles where I'm more submissive, I need to have the leeway to know that I have a voice, I have an opinion, and that you see me as an equal in that way. And like you said, it definitely is a trade-off, because one of the comments that I see is that Al said, not at the same time, we can rotate and we can, achieve certain milestones together. I definitely think that there's a switch off on when it's necessary for someone to lead. I think on a one particular situation, like if we're both discussing finances, I don't think that it's possible for us both to, unless we absolutely agree on everything, I don't think it's possible for two people to lead on every single matter at the exact same time. I think it is a coexisting where we, kind of trade off when it's necessary for somebody to
the
step
trust
up.
And the safety is there.
Yes.
Because they've proven themselves.
Navigate.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they've proven themselves.
I pose this question though, since we're talking about submission. How do we define submission today, and is it outdated or misunderstood?
Define submission.
I want to go first.
I want you to go first.
Do it.
Because I really feel like, Misty, of all of us, you have the most potential to be a little baby who listens.
Yeah.
So,
Really? I agree.
I do, Misty.
I really wish.
Thank you so much. You don't know in love Misty. I feel like.
For sure.
What?
That is so funny.
She gives you most
Yes,
likely to
I
not
don't get
listen.
that. I don't get that. Because
Misty.
she's the most nurturing, the most like, I don't know,
Y'all, that is so crazy.
you be acting?
For y'all, I know how to present myself.
No,
very
what
well.
it is that I know that it's a very thin line for you. Like it's either complete lover girl or complete savage, and there's no in between. And so for how I experience you, I think, and again, I'm only tapping into the lover girl side of Misty. I think that who I experience as a lover girl, I see you being more submissive. Like I see you wanting to take the load off to allow a man to lead in that way. Now, do I see you being dumb and gullible where you just letting people lead you down dark alleys to go get raped at the end of the night? Absolutely not. I truly see you making logical decisions where it makes sense, but I absolutely see you being the more submissive one out of the three of us.
Okay, let me answer that. No, seriously. I want to say y'all wrong.
Y'all wrong?
I want
Well, who
to
do you think it is? Before you start, who do you think?
Who do you think is most submissive
Out of
between
the three of us?
Don't
I know
say
y'all
me.
ain't gonna name me.
No, she said I'll
gonna
fall in
say
love in 32
Tamara.
seconds. So,
I was gonna say Tamara.
that's fair.
And I say that to you
That's
because
fair.
you have this like very level-headed, mature approach to
She does.
relationships.
She does.
You know what I mean? In partnerships. But I'm gonna answer y'all question. I am the youngest. Okay, I am the youngest. I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters, and I'm the youngest of all of them. And outside of that, first of all, they couldn't tell me what to do.
No.
Outside of that, I raised myself, so really can't nobody tell me what to do. So I have this very rebellious. I had this really rebellious spirit that I'm still kind of fighting.
What Jill Scott say? If you could tell me what to do,
you can tell me what to do, okay?
You know what I'm saying? So I have spent most of my life making people earn that.
Yeah.
So I'm really not the little baby that listen. I've been very defiant. I've been very rebellious in terms of listening. And because I raised myself, I feel like I'm always right in some situations, especially with men that have not experienced life the way that I have. I can kind of see things before they happen. You really have to be a man that I trust with my everything in order to allow me to lead you. So I am not the little baby that listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, for me, where you think I would be the one, where you pick up on that is that I feel like there's 2 types of people in the world. There are people who trust people until you give them a reason not to, and people who trust nobody until you give them a reason to.
Yeah.
I am the type of person where I trust everybody until you give me a reason not to. I don't go through life thinking that people have a motive to fuck me over or to make a fool out of me or to do F stuff to me. I genuinely think people want to show up in a real genuine way for me. Now, if they're always able to or can rise to the occasion or can, not always possible, but I do think the intention is always there. So for me, it's easy for me to submit in situations because I trust myself enough to know that the people that I align with are usually on my level or better. Like these are usually people that I feel like intellectually make sense, financially make sense, direction wise make sense, life experience wise make sense. I usually encounter people that I feel like aren't aligned with that. Now, once you show me that you have no roadmap, you out here winging it and figuring shit out, you will quickly learn that I will take the reins and take the whole life over. And that gets very annoying for men because, again, you can't lead me down no dark alley, baby. Right. It's going to have to make some sense. And if we are going down the dark alley, let me know where we're turning left and right to try to make this make sense. Yeah. So I think naturally I am very much so a submissive girl. I want nothing more than to take a load off, let a man be in his element and lead.
Yep.
But I'm also a divorced girl who's had to pick up all of the pieces and figure out how to lead my family myself. And so I can work in dual lanes. I just prefer to be in a more submissive lane because, again, who want to do all of the thinking and work?
Especially after being led astray, it is not easy to lead.
Yes.
Exactly.
But before we go forward, I do want to answer the question before I was asked a question with the question.
Mm-hmm.
I believe submission goes both ways.
Okay.
It's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
I think that we naturally submit to each other in a healthy and loving relationship.
No, the question is, what is submission?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And submission means, to me, I feel like to be of service, right? To be of service or to take a load off or to just make the household or the partnership at ease, right? Mm-hmm. Being able to follow and be able to take leadership as well. That's what I think it is. And I think that again, goes both ways.
I agree. What about you, Mercedes? Where do you fall on what is submission to you and how that shows up? You see how she didn't even come up in a little baby who listen conversation. God damn, Mercedes. Do they stand a chance?
Submissive.
I do think you're submissive is the funny part.
If you can lead me.
Mm-hmm.
If you can. Like, if I trust you, I will absolutely follow. Like my ex-husband, I was submissive to him until I wasn't. Until I no longer trusted that he could lead me. Yeah. Then it was over with. But submission to me, really, I'm following your lead, baby. That's what it is for me. I'm trusting that you can lead and I'm following it. And whatever you need me to do, I'm here for it. But otherwise, because I lead all day, every day. So when I get home, I don't want to. So take it. Tell me what to do. Like really, really, just take that load off. Like you're saying, take it off. I don't.
Yeah, I want to. Before we go further, I want to go into these. Mm-hmm. Some of them say stay single. Like,
oh no, baby, you don't love us.
It's really hard not to, okay, because everybody on it. Anyway, somebody said, is it okay for a man to be emotionally open with his woman? Or Absolutely. Is that too sassy? No, we want you to be emotionally.
See, that's not sassy. That's where I was going to make the point where y'all kept saying, like, it has to go both ways. I feel like back in the day, the idea of submission always came from a woman submitting to a man. And that's power dynamics. I feel like women didn't work as much. Like, there were just power dynamics that kind of made a woman have to submit a little more. Naturally. Mm-hmm. Now that we are in just a different age and it's just different living.
Where the women is the niggas with money.
And really, the women is your big homie. Like, what is you talking about? I feel like part of that conversation leans into men have to find a way to submit to your woman in ways. Like, you don't know everything. And part of balance in life and going through life with somebody is having the luxury of being able to bounce life off somebody else.
Absolutely.
And it shouldn't be one-sided. And so, no, men should be able to express fully and wholly all of your emotions and how you feel without being looked at as, sassy or like you're doing too much. Just like women should be able to be in leadership roles without looking like they're over masculine or like they're doing too much. There has to be a balance.
But that comes with maturity in relationships, though, too. For a man to feel safe.
I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit because I hear we gonna get into it.
Hot.
What is that saying? Union Jack 101. We're gonna get into that in just a few moments here. He said being too strong can be problematic. We're gonna get there. Hold that thought. But I do want to just say this, right? In terms of being submissive, right? Let's just say women. in terms of being submissive, I think a lot of men proactively beat on their chest that don't have the skills to lead. Y'all can't lead
the emotional intelligence,
pee
none of that.
in a toilet bowl. Like, it's hard to lead when, like, it's hard to take leadership from somebody who just wants the power and the control to lead.
Because that's what I was going to say. It's confusing submission with control.
Control.
Part of understanding the dynamic of control is knowing the balance of it. Having complete control means you've lost control altogether.
Yeah.
There's no way you can have a dictatorship and think you're in control of people. People really will start rebelling against everything that you're saying. It's just a natural human feeling to want to rebel.
I want to read this last one though.
What do you say?
I think it's from Al. When we as men can keep our masculinity and submit to her needs, it's a warm feeling.
Thank you.
I love that. I love that.
You get it.
I love it.
I'm sure
You get
it's
it.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, so since he posed that question, let's get into the real meat and potatoes.
Oh, I love meat and potatoes. Is that for dinner?
Are men taught how to lead in relationships or just to dominate? Let's really dig into that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's
so the
a
question
good
was,
one.
are men taught how to lead in relationships or just to dominate? And I don't feel like men are taught proper leadership. I feel like
they have to be intentional about learning how to.
No, my guy was just telling me that to be a proper leader, you had to know how to be a proper follower, and paying attention to what the attributes and what the traits of like a good leader looks like.
Yeah.
People want to mimic things without understanding the process of what it takes to get buy-in. And to have a woman's buy-in, again, you have to give me actual leadership skills. And that comes with emotional development, that comes with social development, that comes with getting out of your own way to understand that you don't know everything, that's asking for help, that's coming to your woman and saying that, maybe I do need help with this, and that. There's definitely things that go into being a proper leader. And I don't think people in general are taught proper leadership. And I watch it at work. I watch people struggle through leadership at work.
I agree. The ops manager that I was talking about, he's been there 30 years, yet they chose me over him. There's a reason for that. You're not the leader that you thought you were. And it sucks, but some people just have to accept that that's your role.
Is that you've been in authoritarian positions, but not leadership positions.
Exactly.
And that's two completely different things. I like what Monte just said. He said men were submissive back in the day as well. They would bring home the paycheck and give it to the woman and make sure she took care of the household. Where's the trust? People ain't trusting people with their paychecks no more.
Give me the check. Just bring the money.
Check, okay? That's all we said.
Send the
$100
motherfucking
up.
funds.
Is she gonna make you do what they do? What'd you say?
Send the motherfucking funds.
But no, let's really piggyback on that. That is the way that it used to be. However, in terms of thinking of the them learning to dominate and mimic, right? While y'all was bringing y'all paychecks in back in the day, y'all still weren't necessarily leading the household correctly.
Your grandpapa had about 3 families.
There was a lot of infidelity going on.
And why the paycheck only stretching to the next paycheck? Do you have the funds?
And all the woman was looked to do was cook, be barefoot in the kitchen,
and pregnant,
take care of the kids, be pregnant, and do all this other stuff, get the shit beat out of her and all of the other things. Okay? And then men have now taken that and mimicked it, thinking that is submission. Well, it ain't like my grandma stayed with my granddaddy for all of these years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Had 13 kids, didn't have no money, and had to depend on
hated
that
my life.
hated every second.
Hated it.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that was in healthy relationships. That was something that was taught. That was something that was led correctly. However, in others, while they was bringing their checks, it still wasn't necessarily leading correctly.
That's why I say in today's day and age, you have to be intentional about wanting to be different, because yes, that's what men are taught. That's how it used to be from their grandpapas and their uncles and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to be intentional about wanting to be different and do different.
And that y'all was raised seeing y'all moms do everything, and then y'all want y'all wives to in turn be the same type of slave. Absolutely not. That's not correct leadership. That's like, we're talking in terms of a man working, right? A man working and coming home and doing nothing and being fed, taken care of, while the woman works, comes home, take care of the kids, cooks the food, cleans the house, does all of this.
you.
Lay down and, you know what I'm saying?
Hanging from the ceiling
And
fan.
yo young at the end of the night.
At the end of the day, I just don't think that
It's a setup.
No, it is a whole setup. You feel set up.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you
Somebody
don't want to give
said
up a
my
paycheck.
check,
She'll
my
say, give up my
paycheck.
check. Yes.
Say what?
Yeah,
That's what your daddy
bills on
did.
the truck.
Don't you want to be like your daddy?
The gas, the light, water, insurance, and rent. I'm going with rent and them lights. The rest of the shit y'all can keep, and I'm gonna figure the rest out. Make it do what it do. Okay.
Okay. So, are men falling behind emotionally while women evolve socially and professionally?
No.
I think in the same.
I think they are.
See,
I
I feel like more men are doing the work.
They're doing the
I feel
work.
like men are really showing up trying to figure their shit out these days.
I think there is a very small percentage of that, but I think because of the way women have been taught to incorrectly coddle the boys, we have created a lot of femininity in men that are supposed to be masculine.
I think maybe
Because of
because
how much we've coddled
we
them.
structure our lives to surround ourselves with those kinds of men. That's why we say like they're evolving, because the ones we like are evolving.
No, for sure.
No.
So maybe that's why. But I guess if you're speaking on a general basis, most of them no, they're behind.
Very small percentage, though.
Yeah, they're behind.
Very small percentage. They are behind emotionally.
Mhm.
That is what we're saying. Socially and emotionally, they are behind. I'm gonna say this. I don't date guys my age. I really never have. I've always been well beyond my years, right? When I do converse or try to give a guy my age my attention, mentally, okay, I want to say financially. Mentally, emotionally, sometimes financially.
She had a couple dollars sometimes.
Way behind.
Back yonder. And I mean about 10 years behind.
In transition still.
Still
Like,
in
hey,
transition.
man.
Like, it just doesn't even matter. Like,
Man, say man.
between jobs
Doing
and
none of that shit. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I see, again.
say amen.
Amen, say man. I think part of the problem, hey, Misty. This bitch is small. So I personally think the people I've encountered are really more emotional, intelligent than what I feel like men were back in the day. I feel like they're a lot more.
Back in the day when? What are you referring to?
In the 60s and the 70s.
Okay.
When they were sending over their paycheck. When they were sending over their paycheck. So now they got good sense. Yeah. They keeping their paycheck to themselves. They know y'all some hoes and they not going.
She said in the 70s. You talking about when the bell bottoms was wide and the slaps was hard?
Oh, you think you better? You think you better
when
than me?
they was wearing open chest vests?
Worse than bell bottoms.
They taco me down.
But are you gonna listen, Misty? I'm trying to help y'all out, but she don't want y'all to be great. I think y'all are a little more emotionally intelligent. That's why y'all be gaslighting us and doing the most. Because
They do be gaslighting the hell
Well, they
out
know
of
the fuck. You know what you say?
know what the fuck
going
going
on? Fuck, nigga.
Y'all, we gotta stay on topic.
Okay. For real.
Okay, sorry, but I do think they have grown emotionally, and I do think that. What was the second part? Women did what on the other end?
Are we developing? Like, is it? Let me reread.
Basically, they behind us. We developed.
But then what we did better than them?
Develop emotionally.
You got some
professionally.
titties and you think you're better than them?
But listen, no, let's dig into that. I
I
want to really get into that because I don't want this to seem like we are going down on men. This is
I
the
don't
way
play like that.
This is the way Jim Crow set it up for it to be. So I don't want to make it seem like I am coming down on y'all. I wanted to look at.
Misty said this is the way Jim Crow.
He did.
You brought it back to the
Wait a minute. And me and dumbass gonna say they didn't even have rights.
Listen. I'm serious. When we really talk about it, about women evolving and being in a higher realm of men professionally, socially, whatever, that comes because men were taken out of the household. That comes from that. This is the way it was systematically set up for men to fail and for women to. That's why we were able to have all of the different shit, food stamps and all the things, but a man couldn't be nowhere in sight. They did that on purpose.
absolutely.
we
women
agree.
have evolved professionally and socially and all
we
these
had to.
things.
Forced to.
But we don't think men have.
They have
We
been
do.
deterred. It's been very
But the
hard
majority
and
of them have
strenuous
not. The
for them
majority have not.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. Union Jack, only if you line dance. If you from the South or Chicago, it's fine. But if you're doing that shit in other places, you might be a little old. Depends.
They do it. They got the
I
babies
do a
doing
little
that
line
now.
dance.
If you do it in the South or Chicago, you cool.
I do it.
I do a little Tamia.
I don't know the dance for real.
Can't get
I
it.
look
Don't
like
be
it.
in Ohio line dancing. We gonna have something to say. Go ahead.
But that was the whole point I'm trying to say. The reason I asked that question is I think that I think women have socially and professionally grown and evolved more than men because that was the way it was systematically set up.
I love that you like how we think. Somebody taught you women very well on how shit really is out here.
Life.
Okay. Life.
That's who taught us real well.
Okay.
Wait, how old is too old?
I don't think
Too
that's
old
an
for
answer.
what? What are you too old for?
To not have emotional intelligence, 32.
You too goddamn old. To be
Anything
acting
older
like
than that, you done did too much. You done played in
What
our
happened?
face.
Can y'all still see us? Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, so let's
All
go. Let's go a little deeper. Are women single?
I like it deep.
Are women single because they
Ooh.
can't be led, or because they haven't found someone worthy to lead? Because
Both
somebody said stay
both of 'em.
single, so I'm gonna answer for you because I feel like that was a dig
Both
at
of
you.
them. It depends on the woman, but both of them in a lot of cases.
I think that I've had 2 long relationships in my lifetime, and while I've been single, I believe that I'm taking my sweet and precious time because it's been hard finding someone that I think is worthy to lead, and that's just the way I'm gonna answer that. I think that
It's just what it is.
it's slim pickings. Like I said, men are emotionally, the men that are my age, are emotionally, sometimes financially, and all the other things a little
behind the curve. She said you behind the curve.
So
I love
has
it behind
been
the
really
curve.
hard.
That's a
Behind
good
the
old
curve.
school term. See, for me, I think I am more of the problem on being led than anything. I think that because I am such a strong personality and because I have so much vision for myself, it's hard for me to trust somebody else's process. And again, coming from being divorced, and I've been in long-term relationships, like been in relationships my entire life, to put all these building blocks and all of these bricks in one place and then knowing that they can all crumble at some point creates somewhat of an anxiety that makes me secure my own foundation in a way, and that can be intimidating to some people. And so I'm literally probably one of the busiest people I know, between work, nonprofit, like all of the things that I'm working towards. I am one of the busiest people that I know, and I think it's hard to get me in a space of submission and where you can lead me because I already have direction. Like I have a very clear vision for my life. Now, am I to a point where I feel like I can, I guess, merge visions where I can try to make one life make sense with somebody else? Absolutely. I'm open to the idea of that. But I don't see me dropping everything that I have going on in my current life to submit to somebody else's life. And so, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. I think I would be the problem in that.
Before I go on, if y'all are just joining or been in for a while, make sure y'all love the live, share the live, and follow the pages that you are on as well. But how I will answer that question is I find it difficult to find men who aren't intimidated by my power. I am very successful in my career. I don't just lay down and get, ran all over, you know what I'm saying? So I find it difficult to find a man who's not intimidated by that and will actually be like, yeah, I got this. You know what I mean? So it's not that I don't want to be led. I would love that. I absolutely would. Love to submit to a man. But yeah, you gotta show up how I need you to, and not be like, I can't tell you how many men that I've tried dating, and there's, oh, you in another meeting, or you do, oh, dang, you just, and don't call me big money because that'll piss me off real fast. Like, and you gotta get gone. So yeah, it's just I would love it, but yeah, I run into men who just can't.
Okay.
Or won't, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so let me pose this question. How can men earn respect from a woman who doesn't need him?
Take a load off of me. Like she was saying, we're just very busy women. So like acts of service go a long way for me now. If you just make my life a little bit easier, whether that's, oh, here goes lunch for you, or oh, I don't know, here I'm paying for your nails today, or whatever. It doesn't have to be money, or let me, you know what I'm saying, let me cook dinner for you. Something that makes my life easier. That'll definitely catch my attention.
Sorry, in a way, it's like, okay, for me, it's get in where you fit in. I feel like because my days.
Why do you say a wig?
Where
the wigs at?
Do you see a wig anywhere?
Where you see these wigs? You said it threw me off. I got braids. She got locks.
She got a
pony.
Right. Like,
with
what
her
are we
own
talking
scalp.
about?
But me,
when I do wear my wig, watch out.
It's gonna be
laid. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think it's literally get in where you fit in. It's allowing me the space to do all of the things that I need to do and you filling in the gaps on where you can get in. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't expect for anybody to completely submit to my schedule because again, I'm a very busy person and I feel like people make time for the things that are important to them. Mm-hmm. And I am one of the people who make time for the things that are important to me. But for me, if you want to get me in that space, it literally is just try to find pockets and, fill in where it makes sense and don't make it difficult. It should be a very seamless process trying to make shit make sense with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I've only dated busy men. So I expect for people their schedules to be as busy as mine. And if it's gonna work for me, part of that leading me is understanding that, okay, she's busy. Did you eat today? Okay, she's busy. Did you remember to do this, and this? Like, just try to show up in ways that, just kind of fill in the gaps where you get in where you fit in. What about you?
So I had someone give me a different perspective on this question. Because I answered it just like y'all did. And I was just like, men too. Like if you guys have a lifestyle where you just got everything. You probably got a chef. You probably got a maid. You probably got somebody to come and do everything for the house. Like, what could a woman pose like of need in your life, right? Mm-hmm. When he said it to me, he was just like, okay, as a woman who has everything has already accomplished everything in life and has everything she could ever want, looks like you don't need anything. But women still need protection. They still need coverings. They still need spiritual leadership. They still need all of the things. So I think that the respect will always be there because the essence and the actual presence of a man will always be needed.
Talk that shit.
No, and that's the one.
Yeah.
That's why I don't subscribe to people pretending like they don't need the opposite sex.
Yeah. Baby, I need my man.
I enjoy and genuinely
need my man.
And I mean, we do well without men, and I think that we can go through life without
Somebody
the
said I'm a
demand
chef.
of it, as you should be, King. But I need a man. Like everything about a strong, healthy black man. Who's the man? It's not me, for real. A strong, healthy black. I need that in my life. I need the balance of that in my life.
Okay. Would y'all say that independence is creating emotional isolation in modern day dating?
Yeah, for the women who be like overly independent, the ones that be, I don't need a man. Yeah, for them, yeah.
We do not.
We're not those.
Right. I don't need a man train.
We don't.
I just want to let y'all know that right now.
You said, do I feel like it's creating a who?
Do we feel like it's creating emotional isolation in modern day dating?
See, I feel like there's a balance between it creating personal security and emotional isolation. I feel like people prey on what they feel like needs them. And there's a difference between wanting something and it being a supplement to you and you actually needing something. That's two different things.
That's what Al just said. Nobody is the same. So we have to identify what those needs are and allow us to adjust.
And allow us to adjust.
That is beautiful.
And so I don't feel like it's creating an emotional isolation. I think that people are navigating life in a way that makes it holistic for them. If you go through life thinking that all of these people can fill in your gaps or make shit make sense for you, you will always feel empty or always feel like you need somebody else externally to make life make sense for you. I feel like people are creating their own securities to make shit make sense. And then in addition to, if you bring me love and money and comfort and all of these things, it's in addition to what I've already put in the bank. But if you're solely dependent on other people to fill in those gaps, you're just gonna be out here very much so on a hope and a prayer.
I always tell people you have to find your own happiness and that's what you bring to the relationship to share it.
Literally.
You can't depend on others for all of that.
And I
bring it.
Wholeheartedly believe that. Like I feel like love is already in you. It's a reflection of you. When you feel like you're in love with somebody, that's you literally sharing something that's internal externally. Like you are allowing yourself to experience this love with somebody else, but it's already in you. Like you already have love. You just got to figure out who and where to share it. So what about you?
I got a lot of love.
Whole lot of love.
My next two questions piggyback one of it.
Period, Michael.
Should strong women dial it down to make relationships work?
Say it again.
Should strong women dial it down to make relationships work?
Hell no.
Men, do you
Hell
think
no. If you really love a woman, you wouldn't make her. You wouldn't try to dim her light to feel powerful. You would take her as she is. Like, that's how I feel about it.
Okay.
so?
Dial
Of
it
course,
down
I'm going to
is
say
crazy.
no. Like the overarching answer to that is no. Do I feel like men expect women to? Absolutely.
They absolutely do.
And-
Some of them do. Yeah.
Not all men, because we
Yeah.
don't generalize. We are very intentional about not generalizing. But I do feel like there's a portion of bright or loud or vibrant personality that gets intimidating to some people.
Mhm.
I just choose to not participate in relationships that make me feel that way.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
do friendships. I don't do family ships. I don't do nothing that makes me feel like I have to be less than who I want to
You
show up
gotta
in this
dim your
world as.
light. Baby,
That's
I'm
right.
not
But I do
dimming
think that there's an element of some people, because again, I feel like some women do this to men where you meet somebody and they're, the life of the party, they're doing all of this, they're everything that you were drawn to. And then when they're showing up in that for other people, now it's a problem.
Now it's
And
a
I just
problem.
don't subscribe to that, because the same thing you loved about somebody else, why would you want not expect
You know what
other
be
people
giving
to
me
love?
that? When these men, they date a dancer. So exotic dancer, we'll call them.
Mhm.
That's where you meet them. You fell in love with them like that. But then when y'all are dating, they keep doing that. Now you mad. How you mad? That's where you met me. That's where
How does masculine energy show up in women, and how should men respond to it in intimate
smack that hoe.
relationships? I think that you should be. I think that there is a way for a man to articulate themselves to inform the woman that she needs to be a little softer, in that regard. Because two masculines, we can't both be masculine. One has. That's what I mean by submission being a double-edged sword, right? That just doesn't fit to me. I think that there's a way that you can articulate yourself to say that something came off a little brash or abrasive.
Yeah, like
Well,
and
the
that's
question was, how does masculine energy show up in women?
Yes. How does it show up? Oh, it can show up like this.
fuck me.
Saying that. What you say?
A woman always trying to lead financially.
Yeah.
That can make a
Make
man
all the
really
decisions.
feel. Make all the decisions. That can make a man really feel like his toes are being stepped on. Making the important decisions in the household. Making big purchases.
You're not consulting with him at
Not
all.
consulting, really making moves on your own. Hey, I did this. A perfect example of that would be when Toya purchased that gym space, right? Did y'all hear about that? You see, so Toya, what is her name? Toya Wright, the one who just got married, Lil Wayne, baby mama.
Okay.
She
I went to Toya
her
Burris.
husband is
That
a
ain't her
personal
name.
trainer.
See, I make up
Her
shit.
husband is a personal trainer.
Big Red.
And
We know him.
he was looking for spaces or whatever. She went off to buy gym space and purchased it. It was a really big purchase without him. Brought him in, hey, surprise, ta-da, look what I did. And he felt so disrespected. Because as one, right, everything is one. So you took this money, you didn't even consult with me about it, and he felt really disrespected.
See, for
that
me,
to me
you would
was
need to give me the root of why you feel that way. And I don't want to be painted in corners where if I'm making decisions for our family, that you don't trust that I can make a good decision for our family.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
And
It's
it
a thin
is. Like,
line.
I'm allowed to bring surprises to the table, because if a man did that to a woman where he bought her a gym block, she would be considered so fucking ungrateful if she was like, well, why didn't you tell me first? And
But only
Yeah.
they
I
know.
feel like,
But
I'm about to say it gives that it's been an issue in their
Right.
and see,
How
that
he
I can
responded,
understand.
it gives that
Only
that's a
they
dynamic
know
issue.
what's going on in that relationship. Something could have been going on. A different purchase could have been getting ready to be
Right.
made that was more of a priority than that gym.
What was the question? I had an answer to
How
it.
women can show up masculinely.
Okay. I can
and
see how
how
that can be
men
a way
can-
a woman shows up masculine. I feel like women show up masculine when they feel, A, they don't have good leadership. B, they're insecure about something. And C, they're in survival mode. If you take people out of what they're used to, if you show them different ways of doing things,
You
I
get
feel
their
like,
buy-in.
and then you get their buy-in. I feel like most women show up masculine because they have to, and that's all they know. If you give me a soft place to land, or if I feel like that I have somebody in my corner in that way, I won't show up as tough and as
See?
masculine.
Good.
But I feel like that some men want the clout for things that they didn't work for.
And I can tell right at the beginning too whether this is going to be a situation where
Very
I need to
much
be
so.
masculine or not.
Mhm.
Because when you come up and you ask me on a date and then it comes down to, oh, well, where you want to go? What you want to do?
No.
Now I know I got to make all the decisions in this relationship, and
Literally.
I don't like that. So
I'm gonna be ready by 8 because we got this and this going on. I'm that type of girl. And if you show me I got to plan the date, how am I submitting to you, baby?
Yeah,
you don't even know what
like-
to eat for dinner tonight. Get out my face.
I just said that to somebody. I
You can
said,
see so
sometimes
early.
it's okay to say, hey, bitch, we eating steak tonight. Hey, bitch, we
Yeah.
eating chicken tonight. Hey, this is where we going tonight. Hey, we cooking
You
in
see
tonight.
it
We're
so
cooking.
early.
We've been
So
spending too much
early.
money. I like that type of stuff. I listen sometimes.
Just a little bit.
I be listening. Y'all ain't never seen that side of
We
me.
gonna see it.
If you're truly, somebody said, if you're truly feminine, you always show up feminine no matter what.
Hey, man. That
I
ain't
feel
true.
like men are only masculine if they're attracted to a woman. Men don't show up for women in ways unless they genuinely like you.
Okay.
Think about a woman being stranded on the side of the street. She irritates the shit out of you. Every time she texts your phone, you're like, ugh, her again. You're not about to show up with bells on, happy as hell, to help her change the tire.
No.
That's you choosing to be a masculine
No.
energy or not, depending on your attraction to her. Now, let it be somebody you just met and you really like her real bad, and her tire is, busted out on the side of the
So
street. The
enthusiastic.
enthusiasm that shows up behind that definitely is different on the masculine energy when it comes down to who you want to help. Now, I don't say you won't help the girl that you don't like as much, but you ain't gonna be
You're gonna
as
be irritated.
enthusiastic.
You're gonna be irritated about it.
And you're not doing sex to her that night. You're gonna be very
Look.
annoyed.
I want to respond to what's that, Roni993. If you're truly feminine, you always show up feminine no matter what. Okay, let's talk about it. I just do want to go ahead on record and say that both men and women possess feminine and masculine energy.
Both.
Let's make that a point, right? So should we say that when you guys are emotionally vulnerable, right, that if you're masculine, you must show up masculine any type of way. So you must cry masculine. You must respond masculine to everything. No, you have feminine energy in you as well. So is it safe to say that you should show up masculine every single time? No, it's okay to display both. As a woman should be able to display both. Me displaying masculinity could be, you done fucking around and put tomatoes on my man's salad. He don't eat fucking tomatoes. He allergic.
And don't play with him.
And don't play it. And take this shit back and make it right.
Tomato.
You need that type of masculinity because it's like you need to understand that you are protected just as much as I am. The end. Goodbye.
Okay, I love that. All right, give us one more question because I can pick up my kid from dance. I'm a mother. I'm a
Bitch,
mother.
I'm a mother.
Okay, what does healthy leadership and followership look like in a relationship?
To me, it's when there are no power struggle dynamics where nobody's fighting to get their voice heard. It's being able to intelligently identify the need in that situation. Again, you're not always going to be a leader. You're not always going to be a follower. I can't deal with a man who feels like he always have to be in a power position
And always
because I'm
right.
not the girl to
You're
be.
not always
like you
right,
can't control,
like-
and that's the one you can't
I
control
can't
me.
stand a man like that.
I need for somebody to see me as an equal in a way where you understand I'm smart enough, I'm capable enough, and I have our best interests at heart to lead us in certain areas. Now, do I know everything? Absolutely not. But to me, the balance of that power dynamic is understanding the who, what, where, when, and why. And if you can truly buy into who's leading now, why are they leading? What are they leading on? Make it make sense. I can be a part of that conversation. But again, when it comes down to you wanting to be in control, baby, I ain't got nothing for that. 'Cause I ain't gonna be no good.
I think it's understanding and being receptive of the idea that there's always something to learn.
Remaining teachable.
So that's what it is for me.
I would like to say that knowing that we're both leaders, honestly, I want this to be a strength of both of ours, and we should be able to seamlessly navigate and stand down when one of us is stronger in that area. That's just how I feel.
And
about
listen to understand, not to respond.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And have been in a position before where you can lead in this area. If you've never been married before, and I've been married before, trust that I understand what goes into a marriage. If you don't have kids and you're parenting with somebody who has kids, trust that they understand the expertise in the area. If you've never had financial literacy and you just earned your first $20, maybe trust the person who's had $100 and who can tell you a thing or two. What is it? Can you shut up? But part of it is understanding, again, where you are strong at and being okay with submitting into places that you are not. And
Absolutely.
again, the whole beauty of having a partner is to have someone who's equal to you, who knows enough, who can take you to the next level. How unfair is it to men that women have to be carried in such ways? Like, why would you want somebody you gotta drag along, teach, and don't know shit, can't figure? Who wants a dependent in that way? I feel like part of it should be you wanting a partner.
Big Dog said, look like grown women in this live. And
A little bit.
what did it say? The last comment at the end, he said, these women trying to get a man. Well done, ladies.
We not. We're not trying.
Some men and women can't express that way. So be open to accept that end result, which is solution.
And that's the one.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. What's the MILF ticket of the night?
It's a good one. I say is if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do.
And
That's
that,
I like it.
that really is it,
If
Mercedes.
you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do.
Yes.
And if you don't get that, you don't get that. Like,
Right.
it really
Let
is
go over
nothing
your
else you
head.
can tell
Let
you.
it go
If
over
you can
your
tell me what
head,
to do,
baby.
you can tell me what to do.
That is the
Okay.
MILF ticket of the night.
That is the
baby.
MILF ticket.
Well, y'all,
Oh, I love
don't
this
forget to
conversation.
love on the MILF.
Even if it's just
Even if it's
yourself.
Even if it's
Yes.
yourself.
Or your mama, or your sister, or your bald-headed ass kid. Love them.
Period.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a